hard facts. First hard fact of the day: a 9-year-old Nigerian child is heading to college. His name is David Balogun. His dream is to become an astrophysicist, and now he has obtained his high school diploma. So he's one step closer to achieving that dream. I'm so proud. So proud. 9-year-old. Now, of course, we can have a conversation about, 9, is he too young for university? Yeah. But that's such a phenomenal thing to achieve at 9 years old. Congratulations to him and his family. Second hard fact of the day: victory by 9 percentage points for Peter Obi in a high turnout scenario is what a poll by Steers has shown. Steers is predicting victory for Peter Obi in the 2023 elections in the event of a high voter turnout. You know Steers, they come on the show all the time, on Hard Facts at least, all the time, to talk about data, to talk about policy, to talk about research. And they conducted research with over 6,000 respondents across the 36 states of Nigeria, and they found that if people turn out on election day and vote, as 9 percentage points, a 9 percentage chance of winning. The poll also predicts victory for Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the event of low voter turnout. So if people don't turn out on election day to vote, Bola Tinubu could win the presidential election in 2023, but they say that it would be with a very tight margin. Which brings me to our third hard fact for today: PVCs, Lagos. If you haven't got yours, well, but if you do have yours, come out on election day and vote. I don't care who your candidate is, just come out and vote. Make sure you come out. Make sure you bring one person along with you. Each one bring one. Bring your neighbor, bring your friends, bring your church members, bring anyone who you know is old enough. Organize yourselves into accountability partners. You know, sometimes when you want to lose weight, you form WhatsApp group with other people that want to lose weight. You understand? As a nation, we're going through a change at the moment, right? We all have a single purpose, and that single purpose is to elect leaders. And fortunately for the country, we have no incumbents trying to return for president. We have two fresh candidates and one candidate that has been running for a while on the ballots. So you have different kinds of options, you know, and of all of those options, you know which options are good enough for you, which options are not good enough for you, which options are persona non grata, like there's no way at all you want this person to become president. Whatever you do, make sure your voice counts. If you have a PVC, congratulations. It's not just an ID card. Come out on elections day and vote. And make sure that your vote counts. You have to take ownership of the office of the citizen, because it's a powerful office. It's the most powerful office in the land. If you take ownership of that office, you will ensure that no magu-magu will happen where you went to vote. But the first step is to come out and vote. 1 million Lagosians listen to the show. They cannot be wrong. If they all come out in Lagos to vote, that would be something. Thank you for tuning in for today's show. I've got a great show for you. Let's talk about POS agents shutting down over Naira note scarcity. Then, let's talk about Wike going to court to stop the PDP from sanctioning him. And then let's talk about the Supreme Court's ruling on Machina and Lawan. Chukwudi will bring you Community Report from 4 o'clock. On today's Big Hard Fact, let's go back on the road to February 2023. The Steers and Next Year polls are out, and Obi is ahead in both. We'll talk about that. After the news at 6, I'll bring you the step down. On today's step down, I have a woman who prayed curses on her daughter for not inviting her for her wedding. Because if I play that audio for you, I'm sure you've probably seen it on social media. If I play that audio for you, especially those of you who speak Igbo, you will be really stunned. You know, so stick around if you want to hear it and you want to talk about it on this show. 6:15, that's when the step down comes your way. As usual, we'll have news updates at the top of every hour for you. But let's get started with today's Big Three. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili, Lagos. These are your hard facts.
This is the Big Three.
The Big Three on Hard Facts.
on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Is the Naira redesign worth the shutdown of half the POS agents in the country? The Naira redesign, is it worth the shutdown of half the POS agents in the country? Is Wike running? Why is he running? Did the Supreme Court deliver justice? Those are the big three. Lagos, let's talk. Our first story is the latest updates on the Naira notes crisis. There are two cases in court right now. Federal High Court Abuja has stopped the CBN and banks from shifting the deadline date. So basically, even if Emefiele decides to extend the deadline, court is telling him, don't you dare. But there's a second case at the Supreme Court. That case wants to cancel the deadline. We mentioned it yesterday. The case was brought by three state governments, Kaduna, Kogi, and Zamfara. And like I said, that case is in the Supreme Court. So if they get the order, it should override the order from the High Court. We don't have a date for when that case will be heard. Meanwhile, the deadline is still February 10th. So before we go to the next point, Lagos, what do you think about these two court cases? Which one do you agree with? Do you think the deadline should be extended, or do you think the court should stop CBN from moving it? 0700-993-993-993. That's for men. Women, call me on 01465-7190. 01465-7190. That's for women. Men, call me on 0700-993-993-993. We've got WhatsApp as well. WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. What do you think about these two court cases? Which of the court cases do you agree with? Should the deadline be extended, or should the court stop the CBN from moving it? 99.3.
Hello.
Thanks for calling. Good afternoon.
Sandra
Ikechuku, welcome.
Ezekwesili. I support the extension of the
deadline
because people are suffering.
Okay.
People are suffering. So let them extend it.
Okay.
So 2 weeks ago, you were telling me say there is a network today. Another thing network is one day that the guy collect money after 1 week. How they won't finish me? And you are telling me say there's a network.
Okay. 99.3. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name?
This is Edmond Femo.
Welcome,
from
Femo.
Aja.
Good to have you on the show.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I want to talk on the CBN stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they shouldn't extend it beyond the February
deadline.
10th.
Okay.
Yes, they shouldn't.
Okay.
Well, we Nigerians, we should learn new things. We are used to old ways, and that's why the country is going the way it is. We should be able to at least wake up to new things and adapt new things, because we have new generations. We have our children think in new ways. So if we want things to go better, let's just fix it now. Fix it now, not better than now. So that's what I can say.
All right.
I prefer it.
Okay.
I prefer it shouldn't go beyond now, please.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for calling. We've got Victor and VI on the line. Hi, Victor.
Good afternoon, Sandra.
Good afternoon. Good to have you on the show.
All right, about this, and I don't think just because of the suffering people are going through, but to me, I don't want it to be extended.
Okay.
Why is this the governors that is going to court to extend it, to ask them to extend it? Why is it the governors? If they don't have ulterior motive, if they don't have what they're hiding, why is it the governors that are going there?
Okay.
You understand? To me, I don't want them to say they should just end on Friday and let everybody see. Let me tell you, even the governors, I think one, because of their ulterior motive. Secondly, they will be at risk because the people will come at them.
Okay.
Yes, they are afraid of two things.
Okay.
That it will not allow them move money during the election. Secondly, that the people will come at them. So why are they the people pushing it?
Okay. All right, Victor. Thank you for calling. Over half the POS agents in the country may have shut down over Naira note scarcity. That's according to Hussein Olarawaju. Hussein Olarawaju is the chief aggregating officer of the Association of Mobile Money and Bank Agents. And according to him, agents are shutting down because they cannot get cash to do their business. They're going from ATM to ATM looking for cash, and that's affecting their ability to do business. Or they're having to buy cash, which affects their margins. Now, remember that when the CBN first announced this policy, the POS operators raised alarm. Do you remember? CBN agreed that, yes, it's important to protect POS operators, make sure that they can work because they are a key part of the ecosystem. So if after all of that, Lagos, half of our POS agents are closing down, can we say that the policy is worth it? What do you think about this news that half the POS agents in Nigeria are closing down? And what do you think about these two court cases? Which one do you agree with? The deadline should not be extended, or the court should stop CBN from moving. The deadline should be extended, or the court should stop CBN from moving the deadline. And what do you think about half the POS agents in Nigeria closing down, according to their representative, the chief aggregator of the Association of Mobile Money and Bank Agents? 99.3, hello.
Hi, Sandra.
How are you doing? Good afternoon.
I'm very well.
Welcome.
Yeah, the previous caller that said the policy is good to do new things, to adopt a new policy. Yeah, it's not bad, it's a good one. But I think this particular one, the implementation is very, very wrong.
Okay.
It's not a good one at all.
Okay.
I'm currently in Adose Adiogu. Come and see people at the bank, all the various ATMs, other banks there. People are plenty, standing looking for money up and down. So this implementation is totally wrong.
Okay.
Even though they don't want to extend it, what are they doing to curb all these disasters all around?
Right.
Nigerians too, we are not helping ourselves.
Okay.
There is no cash anywhere, and all these people people doing businesses, the same time they are rejecting transfer. I don't want transfer. Give me cash. The cash that is not there. So where am I going to say the cash? I don't know why we are just doing ourselves like this. So CBN need to do something to make the money circulate and all. If at all you don't want to extend this thing, so that we can all be relieved.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you for calling. We've got Sunday on the line. We don't have Sunday on the line anymore. 99.3, hello.
Hello, good afternoon, Sandra.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name?
Onyewa Gozege.
Gozikwagi.
Yeah, my name is Igwe Victor.
Igwe Victor, welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. Based on the discourse on grant, like the second caller of your program just said, most times it's difficult for us to adapt by new things. It's actually biting to everybody. But at least let us see how it goes. Because if for the first time you see the same people who we are or who are dealing with us coming together now to look for a way to favor us, you begin to ask questions. Why is it now, when the ASU strike was ongoing, when the fuel was increased, these people were not disturbed. They never lent their voice on speaking for the masses. So to me, if I would say anything, I would say let it not be extended. I agree with the court case, which abhors anybody from extending the deadline. It should be left the way it was left to be on the 10th of this month, so that we will see how it all goes. Just like the same second caller said, they are now disturbed because it might cost what they never expected, which I don't want to mention. But let us bear the brunt of this policy and see where it will end.
All right. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Thank you very much for calling. 99.3, hello.
Hello, Sandra.
Thanks for calling. What's your name, ma'am?
Good afternoon. My name is Felicia. How are you?
I'm very well, ma'am. Welcome.
Yes, please. I am supporting. Let us use all the forces to make sure that it's not extended.
Okay.
Let this Friday be the deadline. There's no need of extending it.
Okay.
Please.
Okay.
Let us suffer it and bear it.
Okay.
Without suffer, we will not get anything good out of it.
Okay.
Please.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Felicia, for calling. 99.3. Hello.
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 Hello, Sandra.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name?
Yes, Sandra. This grandpa from Ikorodu.
Grandpa, welcome. What do you think?
Yes, for my own way, I'm taking it in a different perspective. I mean, a different way.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But, let them don't extend it.
Okay.
Let it be Friday this week so that we will know whether this crisis will reduce for us to continue life.
Okay.
That is how I see it. They should not extend it.
Okay.
Let it end on this 10.
Okay.
Left with me, it should have ended for that 31st. January 12th.
Okay.
That is what I want, my own, belief.
All right. Thank you, Grandpa, for calling. We've got Alex on the line. Alex, how are you? Alex, are you there? Hello, Alex. Oh, that's unfortunate. 99.3. Hello. Sorry about that. Give us a call back if you can. Hello. Good afternoon. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. This is Rachel.
Hi, Rachel. Welcome. What do you think?
Okay, so to me, I feel it shouldn't be extended.
Okay.
Because the same issue we had on the 31st, because it wasn't extended, by now we'll be done with your stuff.
Okay.
So it shouldn't be extended. So 10th should be 10th.
10th should be 10th.
I think they should be going back.
Okay.
Okay, now, thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. We appreciate it. If you are abroad, join the conversation via Skype, right? Skype is Nigeria Info FM. On Twitter, we have T-Tones, who's talking about our second story. Oh, yes. Our second story. The Federal High Court in Abuja has stopped the PDP from suspending Nyesom Wike for now. Wike is asking the court to stop the PDP permanently. The court has agreed to hear the case. So pending a final judgment, the court says both sides should maintain status quo, meaning PDP cannot suspend or expel Wike. If you go on Twitter right now, so many people are bantering Wike. People on Twitter are like,
why are you running? Why are you running?
That's what they're asking Wike. Why are you running? Why are you running?
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Because remember, Wike has said repeatedly that he's not afraid of the PDP. So is this court case a sign that he is afraid? Or is this simply Wike fighting back? Talk to me. Lagos 0700-993-993. And yes, to share your thoughts with me from our first story. Which one do you agree with? Should the deadline for the Naira notes be extended, or should the court stop the CBN from moving it? Well, what do you think about this news that half the POS agents in Nigeria are closing down? And definitely tell me what you think about Wike going to court to stop the PDP from suspending him. 99.3, hello. Sorry about that. Call back if you can. 99.3, hello.
Sandra, good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name?
This is Special Advisor on Juju Matters.
Welcome, Special Advisor. It always red for your side. It's
You can want take off. Jack Pow.
He say one take off.
Jack Pow will be on the plane. Sandra, Wike is not afraid.
Okay.
There's an election coming up.
Okay.
And he has a candidate.
Okay.
He has to defend them.
Okay.
He will suspend him from the party. He will not campaign with them. You know that. That might affect his own candidate. I know those enemies are supporting other from other parties. You understand? So he wants to stay put to finish the football match after 90 minutes. And he waka.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Then for the Naira note, Sandra, I collected 10,000 with 3,000 Naira POS yesterday.
My God.
You can see how it is. I'm in front of the policy, but do you know what shocked me?
What?
In Ladipo market, some people are selling the old Naira notes. CBN, who is losing? Do you understand? Those that kept it somewhere that cannot go to the bank are selling it. You can see another thing again. So the old Naira still circulate. Circle. See the go around. But they shouldn't extend it, Sandra. Those governors should forget about that case.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Special Advisor on Juju Matters. We've got Ebere from New Site Estate, Satellite Town, who says, we know that the current experience is painful, but the truth is, all new policies come with some painful impacts. I believe it will ease out. Some POS guys are having a great time while some are complaining. It is a natural phenomenon. It should not be extended, please. All right. We've got this message here. My name is Randison from Lokoja. The deadline should remain and not be extended. The governors now showing as if they care, but they only care for their personal benefits. We must stand firm at this time and remain resolute and bear the pain for a while, as it will come with a good ending. All right. Randison from Lokoja tuning in. Thank you so much for listening. Please, it shouldn't be extended. It's not funny, but we move. All right, sir. Thank you for your message. There's pain before gain. They shouldn't extend it. Steve Adigbo from Orisumbare with that message there. Okay. This final message here from Prince says, if the policy is good but implementation is faulty and the poorest of the poor are bearing the brunt, is this not an act of brazen wickedness? A hungry man is an angry man. All right, Prince. Thank you for your message. We'll take a break. When we come back, let me bring you our final story. Ahmed Lawan versus Machina, who he's replacing as the Senate candidate for Yobe North.
Let's talk.
The Senate president seemed to be on his way out of the red chamber. Remember that he entered the APC presidential primary. You remember, right? He entered the APC presidential primary instead of his Senate primary for Yobe North senatorial district. Now, after he lost out, he tried to come back to the Senate. But a primary had already been held, with which Bashir Sheriff Machina won. Lawan insisted that Machina was a placeholder who was supposed to step down. But Machina said, what do you mean by that? I'm the legal candidate. Nothing like placeholder. INEC, however, changed mouth. First, they listed Machina, and then they listed Ahmed Lawan. So Machina went to court. The court agreed with Machina. The APC appealed. The appeal court again agreed with Bashir Sharif Machina. And that's how we got to the Supreme Court. Now, here's the thing about this Supreme Court judgment. It was basically on a technicality. The three justices who gave the majority judgment said that Machina filed the wrong motion. They said that Machina was alleging fraud by INEC in switching the names. So if it's a fraud case, the court says Machina shouldn't have started with an originating summons. Instead, he should have called witnesses to attest the fraud. Now, I want lawyers to tell me what this means. What does this mean precisely? Does it make legal sense? And then for the rest of us lay people, let's talk about whether justice in the broadest sense was done. Should such a case be decided on whether the person filed or didn't file the matter properly? Or should the court be able to tell them to refile in the proper way so that the merits of the case can be discussed? Did the Supreme Court deliver justice? I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. This is Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Share your thoughts with me, Lagos. 014657190. Women call me on that number. Men call me on 0700-993-993. We've got Jubril Alabi joining us over Skype. Jubril, how you doing? Welcome. Hi, Jubril.
I'm doing well.
Welcome. Go ahead.
My daughter insists that I call you before I drop out the daycare.
Oh.
This is Sandra.
Hi.
My daughter likes you so much.
Oh.
Yeah, they keep saying, Kayode. I'm going to talk with you. That's what they joke with now. So, anyway, so yeah, about the CBN extension.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first to start with, the implementation in the first place is not the proper way to do it. It is wrong in an ideal society. Mm-hmm. Like, I've been here in Canada for just about 4 years, but even before I arrived, they discontinued spending the pennies. So now, pennies today still, if you bring it to the bank, is still accepted for transactions. You can still deposit it, but we just make sure it doesn't go out. Mm-hmm. And every Canadian knows not to use that to transact outside of the bank. You cannot use it to trade or do whatever. You just only need to bring it to the bank. And if it goes in, it doesn't go out. Mm-hmm. However, Nigeria's situation is quite different. We understand that. Mm-hmm. And honestly, even though, like I just said, it is not an ideal way to do it, I think it's the right thing to do in the Nigeria situation. Leave it the way it is. Like, even if with the population of Canada so lower compared to what Nigeria's population is, if the demand for the currencies is that high and everybody 100% wants the cash, they cannot meet the demand, the production. They cannot meet that demand.
Right.
So it's just normal that people should find other means to transact and get used to it. That is how it is done everywhere in the world.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for calling us. We've got Kende on the line. Kende is joining us from Finland. Kende, unmute yourself and let's hear your thoughts.
Oh, hi Sandra.
Hi.
Yeah. Yeah. So I start with the CBN. I think it's a good policy, but the problem is, like the other callers, the implementation. Because, for example, I've been trying to transfer money from my app. The apps are not working effectively. They're not working efficiently. So the use of you are preventing people from using cash, but your apps are not working for transfer properly also. So it's really a strain on the people. But of course, many people don't want the policy to change. I don't want the policy to change. But the CBN should please up their game and do the needful. For Wike, I told you some time ago that Wike will become irrelevant very soon.
You did, yeah.
He has just become relevant because he did not play his card well. He did not opt out he did not stop the fight when he needed to stop the fight. And for Machina and these guys and Lawan, the electoral law is very clear. The guy that has the card should be the one to withdraw or otherwise, or whether he dies or withdraw. But of course, we know that there are technicalities in course. They know how to do this. That's why I'm not surprised. In fact, I won't be shocked if Machina and the guy Lawan actually made that error on purpose because they had some hidden agreement. So it's all politics to them, but in the broad sense of justice, it's a wrong call for Nigeria. So I pray our institutions sit up and stand up to these corrupt politicians. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you, Kende, for calling us. Stop the fight. You will lose your life. Oh. 99.3, hello.
Hello, Sandra. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm okay, and you?
All right, welcome. What's your name?
My name is Olumoyewa, calling from Aja.
Welcome.
Sandra, I thought this cashless policy is good until I observed what was going on in the country.
Okay.
You tell all of us, bring all your cash. By on the 31st of January, we won't accept this money again. Then people brought all their cash, old cash to your bank. Then what are you doing again? You now began to give the people that brought the money back to them again without giving them new money. So you begin to release the old money instead of keeping it or burn it or destroying it. Now, do you know what is going on in the country now?
What?
Supermarkets, filling stations, bar, restaurants, schools, they are now selling the money to the POS people. I have been to some banks, which I won't mention.
Why
the
not mention
it?
Why not mention the banks? Why do we do that? What banks?
I've been to First Bank, more than 3 banks, First Bank.
Which First Bank?
The one in the Aja market.
Okay.
Then I've been to the one in Ilaje.
Okay.
Agiwe side.
Okay.
They are sleeping. They are just sitting down. The reason is because before people will sell market, they will sell Phillips, they will sell fuel, they will sell beer, sell this one. They will take all the cash to the bank. Then when people go to the bank to need money, the bank will release money to customer. Bank can make money, economic is moving. But now people are no longer taking the money to the bank again. They are now selling the money to the citizen. This is how they mess up. And now, if you say you should extend this deadline, that means this money people will continue to selling it, and they are rubbish in everything. So let this deadline be deadline. Let people that are selling money up and down pay the money to the bank, then release the money for people to use. Now, I wanted to buy fuel just 4 days ago, and they said they don't collect transfer. They don't collect transfer. That's a filling station in Badore. I left. When I got to before I'd run about, I went there. That was to say they need cash. As I was begging them, it's cashless policy. Someone now came. He started shouting, screaming at them. I will expose you. I will expose you. Do you know what they did? They first said they don't have POS. So they now went and brought the POS for people to start making transfer. That means the filling station, they are collecting cash and selling it.
Which filling station is this?
I may not remember the name, but if you are going to Badore, immediately you leave at runabout. The next filling station by your right. Okay. And there's another one, NNPC. He took those one time before they begin to use POS. They need cash. They don't want to collect transfer because there are some POS that come and collecting it. And then why POS now shutting? POS should shut down. I use POS also. I have like 4 POS that I'm up. But I've shut them down about 3 weeks ago. So PSU did allow people to take money to the bank. They are now buying it up and down. Now they are complaining that they see cash to work. So PSU should be shut down for now. They are the ones sabotage the economy.
Thank you for calling. We've got a message from Bob Ken in Agbado. Bob Ken says Supreme Court judgments are becoming more doubtful concerning elections in this country. Senator Lawan contested for 2 primary elections in a season, presidential and senatorial. This is wonderful. Only in Nigeria can this take place. Let us strengthen our electoral laws to avoid situations like this. Randison from Lokoja says Senator Lawal, Nigeria magic doesn't seem to end anytime soon. Why do we always want to take our country backwards? Lawal thinks he can buy justice, but God gives power. Machina should brace up for victory in disguise. What other victory? Supreme Court is the final. Like, once anything gets to Supreme Court, it's over. Someone sent me a message on WhatsApp saying that the filling station Olumuyiwa was talking about is Enyo filling station. Okay. We've got a message here. You didn't leave your name, but you say, as we speak, banks in Ikorodu along Lagos Road are not paying any customer. They asked us to go back home, but people are not leaving the banks. Well, my God. So which banks? Because you can't just say banks in Ikorodu. What are the names of the banks? Call these banks out. We've got this message here. Our Supreme Court judges are turning themselves into magicians. Their judgments sometimes leave Nigerians wondering which books that they are reading. Edwin Asukwo says it should not be extended, no. But why is Gbajabiamila so obsessed about the new Naira notes? Why can't he use the same energy to talk about the worsening fuel scarcity? All right. Mike from Langbasa says, I don't want the deadline extended, but on the other hand, hold on. I'm getting a lot of calls on Skype, and it's on the same system. I'll try to read your messages. Okay. I don't want the deadline extended, but on the other hand, network is very, very bad. I've been trying to do a transfer from Zenith for more than 1 week. Until now, I've not succeeded. Only for me to go to the bank today, and banks were shut down, leaving customers stranded with armed policemen hanging around. I'm talking about Zenith, Access, UBA banks around Aja and environ, but we will survive. In the case of Ahmed Lawan, Sandra, I have lost confidence in our judiciary. How can a candidate who did not participate in the primaries be declared a winner? How can we be sure that the actual winner of the presidential election of February 25th will be declared and not otherwise by the Supreme Court? I'm afraid, Sandra. Mike from Langbasa with that message there. 99.3, hello.
Hello, Sandra. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am. What's your name?
Happiness from Ikorodu. Sandra, how are you today?
I'm alive. How are you?
I'm fine. Sandra, during crossfire, I always beg Wike. I love Wike so much. I will beg him. Wike, please let go. Forgive this one, let go. Wike did not hear me. Now he does not want suspension. What does he want from PDP? Now what for Wike?
Okay. All right, Happiness. Thank you very much for calling. We've got Rita on the line. Rita, how you doing?
Fine, thank you, Sandra.
Welcome. Go ahead.
Sandra, for the policy, sincerely, I don't want them to extend it. But the problem is, Sandra, for the past how many days I've been trying to do transfer. I need at least a little cash because of my child. Going to school will buy some things. And this thing is not going, even because of my neighbor that is doing POS, and she will give me cash. Anytime that the transfer will go, I will transfer to her because of the trust in me. If not, how is it going to work? For Wike or Sandra, let Wike continue dancing. PDP, let them dance. When they finish dancing, they should come back and tell Nigerians that they are done dancing. Because I just believe that all these things are they're all politicians. Let them continue. We're waiting for them.
Okay. All right. We're waiting for them, she says. Sunday's in Itire. Hi, Sunday.
Good afternoon, Sandra.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah. On the Naira note, the CBN should not extend beyond February 10, but they should allow the payment of the whole note into the commercial banks beyond February 10. Because as at February 10, the whole note is still legal tender. Those that transact with it on February 10, where would they deposit it if they...
To the CBN, to CBN Bank now. They said go and put it inside CBN
How many CBN banks are in Nigeria?
Shall I take it to CBN Bank? That's what he said.
No. They should allow commercial banks to take it to collect it. It's just favorited.
Okay. All right.
So how many people know CBA Bank?
They'll find it now.
Oh.
Thank you, my brother, for calling. Olu from Badagry says, Sandra, when Wike is talking, you never bring it to talk for us to discuss. Now, Wike is going to court to stop his suspension. You're now bringing it for us to talk about. Now we know where your interest is. Ha! Olu from Badagry. We've got Azufrak on the line. Azufrak, how are you? Good to have you on the show. Welcome. Frank, can you hear me?
Hi, Sandra.
Hi, how are you?
So I want to talk about the Lawas case. Yeah. So the thing is, what are we even talking about here? Like, sometimes I ask myself, what are we even practicing, democracy or what? Take for example. So I was listening to you. INEC, which is supposed to be independent, if I'm right, took a name that was not the case. Forwarded it, as accepted a name. APC forwarded a name that did not participate, and INEC accepted it. That was the foundation of everything. What did we do? We kept quiet. We did not bring up. We were not shouting. There was no rank or nothing. I can call it democracy. INEC, I didn't do that. Is their government. In fact, one of the things that was violence there. Everything still goes on. Look, we should just keep let's go. They play. They play. They go. That's just all I say.
Okay.
We should just be taking it because it's obvious we are not ready to practice democracy. Today now we are British because no, just they play, they go. All right,
Frank. Thank you very much for calling. 99.3. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name?
This is Olaiwola from the guy.
Welcome.
The issue of the current issue, many people accepting that the policies is good. When you are formulating a policies and it's not reflecting the will of the citizens of the country, it's a criminal against humanity. Many people said it is a good policies, and that is not reflecting the common life of a man in the street. Is a criminal against humanity.
Okay.
This we are saying, if you are saying because of the politician of 2%, just only 2% of the citizens that you are going against them, and the thing is affecting 98% of the people. Even that woman that even said that the network is not even familiar because her neighbor trusting her, and he said the policies is good. Is this sound well? The policies that cannot give you a food on your table to make you become a slave in your land. You have somebody that come to here and say the government is doing the good policy. It's very stupid in nature.
Okay, all right. Let's be mindful of our language. You cannot use language like that on anyone, least of all the people who call to contribute. We've got Danko. We've got someone here who says Danko filling station aware selling cash to POS Dateline. Silas, please, can you take a look at that message you sent to me and rewrite it so that I can read it? Thank you. 99.3, hello.
Yeah, Sandra.
How you doing, sir?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, welcome.
Yeah, Dickin Ike Njere from Iratani, Janiki.
Welcome, Dickin Njere, welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah. You see, there are something I want to let Nigerians know concerning this cashless policy that APC brought up at this time minute.
Okay.
There is a film that I watched some time ago when they want to an actor to do something for them. He refused, and they went and grabbed something that he loved so much, and that thing that they grabbed makes him to do what those people want. I am looking at this thing that that they know that Nigerians love money. Okay. So from my own perspective, I'm looking at it that they want to, play a game, making as if that they want to play, stop vote buying during election. But they want people to be hungry. They are hungry. So that by the time of that election, they will push out this money. And the people might not have any option than to collect this money to buy for them. So Nigerians should be wise and open their eyes and watch actually what this will do, because we cannot trust these politicians for anything. For these people, you can't.
Okay.
That is number one. Number two, you see the problem we have in this country is the INEC and our judiciary. These two institutions are the problem of this country. They are the one. These two institutions are the one that has kept Nigerians perpetually suffering this suffering, because they are the one that brought in these politicians into power, and judiciary gives them the back up, especially the Supreme Court. In fact, I am very, very angry with the Supreme Court of this country, and it's a high time that the Nigerians should, wake up and begin to take a drastic actions, towards how to eradicate or fight these Supreme judges.
Okay, I don't even know how there's no fighting or eradicating Supreme Court judges, there's really nothing you can do about Supreme Court judgments. They're really, really final. We've got Alex in Ikeja on the line. Alex, how are you?
Yeah, hi Sandra, how's it been?
Welcome.
Yes, Sandra, I want to speak on the issue of the banks and this CBN problem.
Okay.
Yeah, some time ago, I don't know if it was last month or the month before, I told you that I would have loved to see the CBN governor rising from a meeting with the bank chiefs and the telco chiefs, right? Yes, you see all this thing about network. It's something that even I, a one-man operator, anticipated. You see this. What we are seeing today as online banking, whatever. The banks just did just about enough to get them going. They haven't invested enough in this country. The Nigerian banks are not equipped to bank 200 million people. They have not done that much investment in technology. Now, I'm not saying that only the banks could do it, but if they were to work, if all three parties were to work together, I mean the telcos, the banks, and the CBN, Nigerians will not be suffering 1/10 of what they are suffering now. People say that, Nigerians have not adapted, it will take time. No. Like I said the other day, and I say it again, if the CBN were to give them guarantees that, look, there was a time that 15, or let's say 30 million people used to do banking, and these are the people you've been servicing. Now I'm guaranteeing you that 200 million people will be using the banks. That way, tell me why the telcos do not want to throw money into it. Why would those networks not want to participate in mobile money? Much more in mobile money. You see, the CBN has really failed in the area of consulting. They have not consulted well with the people that they should be consulting with, and I wish that they could still do that now. Sit down with the banks and the telcos, and you people should come up with something. The CBN cannot do this alone, not by running all over the place, checking from one vault to the other. That's a waste of time.
Alex, thank you very much for calling. It's always a pleasure to hear from Alex. We'll take a break. When we come back from this break, I'll focus on messages on WhatsApp. We have a lot of them. I'll try and do my best to take in as many of these messages as possible. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili.
More talk, more right after this.
the branch of that bank closes by 11 a.m. They said their head office said that they should close by that time, and there's no email sent to their customers or SMSs sent to their customers that they'll be closing early. I'm so surprised. It's so funny, the situation in this country. All right, Baba God, thank you very much for your message. We've got this message here. I will vote Alex as the most insightful caller all day, every day. That's one caller I always look forward to airing her opinions. Oh, okay. Well, we have a candidate then. We've got this message from Jude. Jude is listening to us in Agolo, Anambra State. Jude says, my greatest concern after the 2023 general election is the Nigerian Supreme Court. Votes might count, but justice may be denied. I'm putting my hope in the Nigerian judiciary. Well, the first step is to actually come out and vote. We can't worry about that until we get to that bridge, you know? So let's all come out and vote first. Come out, vote, and then let's worry about Supreme Court if we have to worry about Supreme Court. We've got Nathan from Agop Palace who says, why are the bank networks bad at this point in time? It seems as though these banks are working with politicians to create poverty. Remember, it's less than 18 days away to the general election. With what is going on, you have no choice than to collect these politicians' money for vote buying because they already have the new Naira notes. Well, you have a choice. Yeah, it's not, you don't have no choice, you have a choice. Your choice is to not collect money and sell your vote. And I don't believe that the banks and the politicians are working together. I want to believe that they're not, you know, because the banks themselves came out and said, we are not sabotaging the economy. We're being watched very closely by the CBN and EFCC, so you can't really say that we are sabotaging the economy. However, you have a few banks who seem to be hoarding the Naira notes, who seem to be allegedly hoarding the new Naira notes. It's a head scratcher, but it's a rolling story. We'll stay on this story for a while. Not to worry. We'll take more of your thoughts, probably on Community U Report as soon as Chukwudi comes in. But don't go away, because at 5, we're going to face politics proper. We'll talk about all the biggest stories that are already shaping the elections that will happen on the 25th of February.
It's 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock.